On this week's edition of The Overtime, we will discuss the much-awaited rivalry games between Flagstaff and Coconino baseball. Across town, both rival softball teams played against each other as well. Then we will head into the college ranks where NAU golf makes strides in the Big Sky Championship. And lastly, NAU football closed the season on a high note. All that and more on this week's edition of The Overtime. Hello and welcome to The Overtime, Northern Arizona's only sports show. I'm your sports reporter, Hannah Ware, and tonight I join reporters Brendan Martin and Kristen Chancellor. Are you two ready to talk the latest in sports?
Definitely, Hannah. With some NAU teams ending their seasons in tournament play, we'll have plenty of updates for you. Kristen, what about you?
Yeah, Brendan, these 9-8 teams battled on the field this week, and NAU had some success with seasons ending and awards being given out. Let's get into it.
The anticipated rival baseball game between Flagstaff and Coconino occurred this past Tuesday. The contest was scoreless into the 5th inning. Kristen, what more can you tell us?
The first 4 innings took a slow start for both the Eagles and Panthers. However, the Eagles found their drive in the 5th. Having 1 run in the 5th to start their scoring streak, 4 runs followed in the 6th, for the Eagles being scored by 5 different players. The Panthers were able to score 3 runs in the 6th, taking the lead 3-1 in the top of the 6th, but could not find the momentum to keep it. Brennan, what did you see from these teams?
That's right, Kristen. The bats for both teams came alive in the late innings. Hannah Ware has more on this crosstown matchup.
Long-awaited rival between Flagstaff and Coconino High School is finally here. The Eagles baseball team came out on top with a score of 5-3 Tuesday in the first 2 meetings this week. Eagles coach Mike Dobosh says there were multiple incentives to win.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to say much usually to get, our guys up for a Coco game. It just comes with the territory, I think. And then you add on top of that, we didn't play real well last Saturday, lost to Deer Valley. And so that was another, motivational factor for us to really come out and play well today.
Senior second baseman Gabe Faust was excited to beat their rivals, especially after the annual rivalry games were canceled last season due to COVID-19.
Oh man, it feels great, just especially since it's Coco, the whole rivalry. But especially also we missed the game last year, so it feels great to come out on top in this one.
Faust said the sight of the starting pitcher Justin Hansen on the mound always gives the Eagles confidence.
We had our ace on the hill. We had Justin on the hill. Right off of him, he'll give us the energy, and we feed off of that.
Coconino led 3-1 in the 6th inning, but the Eagles rallied for 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th on doubles by Faust, Jared Lopez, Silas Clary, and Spencer Smith.
Just super happy for our guys. Jared Lopez, coming up with a big hit, gave Faust, Silas Clary, Spencer Smith, and then like I said, Justin Hansen on the mound for 6 innings, and then Teague Van Dyke to finish with the save.
Keeping up with the energy is what led to the Eagles putting up the points, starting in the bottom of the 5th, and Coach Dobosh couldn't be more proud of his team. This team may have won, but both teams are in the 4A conference playoff hunt, giving this week's matchup a postseason atmosphere. As they face off once again this week, Dobosh has a few kind words for their rival.
I have a lot of respect for those guys, both the players and the coaches. They do a great job. They coach, they play the right way, and the games are always, always a battle.
Moving across town, the Panthers hosted the rival softball game. The Eagles seem to be on fire this season with a record of 11-2 overall and their most recent win of 27-10.
A huge win for the Eagles, giving them yet another tick in the win column. The team's only loss this season have come against the Mingus Marauders in a 2-game series who happen to be undefeated. Ever since those losses, the Eagles are running with a 7-game winning streak heading into the rematch against the Panthers. During this streak, Flag High has outscored their opponents 111-22. Coming into a rivalry game while on a winning streak certainly gave this team the momentum they needed to win.
I was able to catch up with the Flagstaff girls softball coach to talk more about their soaring season. The Flagstaff girls softball team is on a winning streak as they are soaring through their season. The Eagles set 11-2 right now and are passionate about their game, especially during rivalry week.
Girl just kept saying that we got to practice more and more and more. And I said, there's not much more we can do. We just need to go out there and play the game.
The Eagles visited their crosstown rivals, the Coconino Panthers, on Tuesday, where they started off slow but found their momentum to take the win 27-10.
We did start a little bit slow. We usually start in the first and then slow down at the end. But we did start in the 5th inning, and for them, they were happy when we were in the dugout. They were just talking about it. We did start off slow, but now that we're in the 5th inning and they're starting to hit, they were all excited about it.
With rivalry week coming to a close, this game was one these girls were ready for, as they like to win. Each starting player for the Eagles and Panthers during the 5th inning were able to score a run, leading them to the spark. From here, those starting hitters for the Eagles never slowed down, such as Andy Elliott and Danica Wilson, both strong players.
We went to Coconino yesterday. They were a little bit nervous. We did not have home field advantage, but they kept saying it's just another game, and that's all I heard.
While the 9-2-8 is a big rivalry, for some of these players, it is just healthy competition with some longtime friends.
It's more of a friendship, for sure, because a lot of the girls that play for me, they also play with some of the girls at Coconino. They got a club team going, so they're always together. And it's just a friendly game, but they don't want to lose either.
The Eagles have had an amazing season so far, sitting 2nd in the 4A Grand Canyon region and 3rd in the conference. The Eagles are looking to continue to build off this momentous season.
We are definitely looking to build off of our defense. We did have a couple of errors, and a couple of girls noticed it. So we're going to build off of that. And like I said, we're going to start early this game.
The Eagles look to push even harder as they finish the season with high hopes of earning a couple home playoff games in a few weeks.
But that's my mindset. Just keep working hard at it.
For a quick update, earlier this week, NEU Golf went up to Malala, Oregon to participate in the Big Sky Championship. NEU was sitting in the lead at 8 over par and 2 strokes ahead of Sacramento State. After day 2, NEU saw their lead fade away as the Hornets took the lead by 3 strokes. This lead would hold as by the end of the 3rd and final day, Sacramento State would take home the title at 37 strokes over par and NEU taking silver at 45 strokes over. It was a great tournament for the Lumberjacks individually as 5 Lumberjacks finished in the top 32, including freshman Ekaterina Malikova, who ended in a 3-way tie for 2nd at 7 over par, and graduate Klara Kukarova finishing in a 3-way tie for 5th at 8 over par. Both these players made the all-tournament team.
Don't go anywhere just yet. After the break, we've got more on NEU Sports.